Alrighty, folks, it's 7:05, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started with some trivia. So, as I said, I am your host. My name is Shannon. I'm one of the teen librarians at Kirkwood Public Library, and I will be reading all of your questions throughout the evening. And then behind the scenes, we have the other teen librarian, Shannon, who's going to be tallying up the scores throughout the evening, checking to see how magnificent your answers are that you come up with. We have a great range of questions from easy to hard, all written by teens from the Kirkwood Public Library, so you know that they're going to be great. I think we have most of our teams here right now. If the stars are here, make sure you go ahead and in the little chat box on Twitch, on the sidebar there, go ahead and just make sure that you let us know that you're present. Otherwise, we'll assume, hopefully, that you're able to be watching from home and that you'll submit your answers at the end of the round. So, the way that the evening will go, we're going to have 4 nights of trivia questions. In between each one, we'll do like a little promo about things that are happening at the library to give Shannon some time to tally up those points. And then at the end of the evening, we'll announce a winner, and the winners, as you know, will receive a $5 gift card to Andy's Frozen Custard, which, I mean, what else is better than dessert this time of year, am I right? So, if you have all of your team ready, you should have somebody who is prepared to go and has that Google form that I emailed out to everyone this morning. That's how you're going to submit your answers for each round. You'll send it on through, and then you'll have the option at the end of the round to click submit another response, and that's what you'll do to get a new blank sheet so you can answer for the next round. As you know, this is online trivia, which means it's the honor system. We can't see what you're doing behind the scenes. However, we know that you guys are all magnificent, you are all brilliant and smart, and this is a good game of fun, so we know that nobody's going to look up answers on the internet. You're just going to give your best guess, and hey, if you don't have any idea what that answer is, just put down something creative or funny. I'm sure Shannon will appreciate it in the background. And so, with that, I think let's go ahead. Let's get some trivia started. So, here we go. Welcome to the Teen Takeover Trivia Night. Our first round of questions is going to be about Harry Potter trivia. So I know a bunch of you out there probably know quite a bit of information about this, and we're going to test to see how brilliant you really are. So grab those answer sheets and let's get started. Oh, but wait! How could I almost forget to announce our 4 teams playing tonight? Oh, I'm the worst. All right, tonight we have playing the Athenians, who, as you know, if you've come to any of the trivia nights before, have been our reigning champions so far 2 times out of 2. We'll see if they can pull it home tonight, or if one of you can be the big upset and become the conquerors of trivia. We wish you the best of luck. Hopefully we have the stars that are out there playing somewhere watching this. We also have the Fellowship of the Meme, which is a hilarious name. I love it so much. Congratulations on creativity there. We have Colette and the Gizentanners, which is our good friend Colette, who's playing solo. But Colette, don't worry. I know how brilliant you are, and I think you can take on the Athenians easily. And with that, here we go into Harry Potter trivia with question number 1. What does Albus Dumbledore say he sees in the Mirror of Erised? What does Albus Dumbledore say he sees in the Mirror of Erised? Teen Takeover Trivia 2.0. Yeah, you're right. I should really lean into that alliteration more. You're so right. All right, we're going to move on to question number 2. And remember, throughout the evening, if you end up needing us to repeat any questions or come back to one, just go ahead and let us know in the chat, and we're happy to help you out to make sure everyone can hear everything and get all of the questions. Question number 2. In Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, what is Fluffy's weakness? In Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, what is Fluffy's weakness? Alrighty, let's go ahead and we'll move on to question number 3. In Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, how is Dobby freed from his master? In Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, how is Dobby freed from his master? And as you all know out there, Dobby the House Elf is one of probably my top 5 favorite Harry Potter characters. And I know there's a lot of you out there watching who have very strong opinions about Dobby, but he is incredible. How is Dobby freed from his master? All right, and before a whole brawl breaks out in the chat, let's go ahead and let's move on to question number 4. Finish the famous Hermione Granger quote. And here we go. I'm going to try and do this in a British accent. You guys can make fun of me for how terrible it is. Now, I'm going to bed before either of you come up with another clever idea to get us killed. Or worse. What? Fill in the blank. Finish the famous Hermione Granger quote. Now, I'm going to bed before either of you come up with another clever idea to get us killed, or worse, blank. Oh, thank you, Colette. I won't lie, when I heard this quote, I did perform it quite often with my friends. You know, it was the cool thing to do. So thank you for complimenting me, though I'm sure there are many minor flaws with it. All right, we're going to move on to question number 5. In which of the Harry Potter movies do Ron and Hermione share their first kiss? Now, this is perhaps a little bit of a trick question because we are asking in which of the Harry Potter movies do Ron and Hermione share their first kiss? So you'll have to be specific. In which of the Harry Potter movies do Ron and Hermione share their first kiss? And we are looking for the title of the movie. All right, moving on to question number 6. In the book Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, when the Dursleys take Harry to platform 9 3/4, they were already going to London. Why? Why were the Dursleys already going to London when they took Harry to platform 9 3/4? In the book Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, when the Dursleys take Harry to platform 9 3/4, they were already going to London. Why? All right, and we're going to go ahead and move on to question number 7. What is Newt Scamander's full name? Yes, we are looking for the full name, not just Newt Scamander. What is Newt Scamander's full name? All right, and let's go ahead. Let's move on to question number 8. What is Harry's middle name? What is Harry's middle name? All right, time for question number 9. Name at least 2 of the Deathly Hallows. Name at least 2 of them. If you want bragging rights, go ahead and you can name all of the Deathly Hallows, and we'll give you a shout out maybe over the Twitch here. It doesn't give you any extra points, but you will know that you know all of them, and you can feel good about yourself. Which really, at the end of the day, isn't that what trivia is all about? Name at least 2 of the Deathly Hallows. All right, and time for our final question for this round. Rubeus Hagrid shares a mother with his half-brother Grop. What is her name? Rubeus Hagrid shares a mother with his half-brother Grop. What is her name? And as you know, this is the final question for this round. So when you are ready and you have all of your questions in the sheet answered, go ahead and just submit that form. At the bottom, you can go ahead and then after you submit it, click on submit a new form to get ready for the next round. If you need me to repeat any of the questions 1 through 10, go ahead and let me know in the chat, and I'll go back and I can read them again for you so we can make sure everybody gets through them. I also, as we were collecting our answers and waiting, I will say that quote right there by Hagrid, "You're a wizard, Harry," I love because one time I got a drink and inside it said, "You're a lizard, Harry," and ever since then I just think of Harry Potter as a lizard, which is just a weird thing I do, but thanks to some vitamin water I got once. So yeah, go ahead, submit your answers now because it's the end of the round. We will go over the answers once I know that we have all of the team's answers submitted. So that way nobody, gets a spoiler before they turn it in. And like I said, if you don't know an answer to something, it's okay. Just go ahead and make up a funny guess. It'll give Shannon some laughs. And as we're waiting, let's go ahead and let's get some answers from our sponsors here for the trivia night tonight. So the trivia night tonight, as you know, is hosted by Kirkwood Public Library. That is how you got here today. And with that, we have some awesome teen programming that's happening in the month of October that we want to let you know about. And since you're here for another teen program, you get exclusive access to everything first. So, coming up this month, we are going to be having our Teen Advisory Board. And if you like the questions this evening, you can go ahead and join us at the Teen Advisory Board. We meet on the first Sunday of each month. We're teens who pretty much get together. We give input on library events. We help plan programs. It's an awesome group of teens. We have almost 20 teens in it now that are regulars. So if you enjoy this or other library programming, or you want to get more involved, you want to earn some service hours, join us at TAB. And we also have this awesome thing that we're doing month to month while the library is closed to the public, where we're going to be giving out each month some screen-free subscription boxes for teens. And inside of this box, it includes several activities and just goodies that all promote not using a screen, which we know many of you out there are using at least 8 hours a day with school. And so if you're interested in getting one of the screen-free subscription boxes for teens, the sign up is currently on our website calendar. Go ahead, you definitely will want to sign up pretty quickly because most of the slots fill up right away because there's just such a catch. I know many of the teens who are reviewing this tonight have gone in the past and have really enjoyed it. Since you're here tonight, you get exclusive access and a notification that this is available for you. All right, let's see. Do I have everybody's answers? Oh, sweet. Okay, it looks like we have everybody's answers in. So now I'm going to give you the real answers to the round, and we'll see how you did. Harry Potter trivia answers. Shout out to Abby who wrote these questions, and I'm sure Abby will be very frustrated for anybody who missed any because she is a Harry Potter trivia expert. So for question number 1, Albus Dumbledore sees himself holding a pair of socks in the Mirror of Erised. The perfect Christmas gift, a pair of socks. For question number 2, Fluffy's weakness is indeed music, which makes him fall asleep. For question number 3, Dobby is freed when Harry hides a sock in Tom Riddle's diary, which he gives to Lucius Malfoy, who tosses it to Dobby and therefore frees him. If you had something that was pretty close to that answer, Shannon will go ahead and she'll give it to you for this round. Gosh, something about socks this round, am I right? For question number 4, the quote is, "Now, I'm going to bed before either of you come up with another clever idea to get us killed. Or worse, expelled." And then if you know what Ron says next, he goes, "She needs to sort out her priorities." I've seen that commercial too many times for the first movie. For question number 5, Ron and Hermione share their first kiss in the movie Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 is our answer. So I know that one was a tricky one. For question number 6, the Dursleys are going to the hospital to remove the pig's tail that Hagrid put on Dudley. That was that question for why are they already in London when they take Harry to platform 9 3/4, and it's to remove that pigtail. Oh, Hagrid, how we love you. For question number 7, the answer for his full name for Newt Scamander is in fact Newton Artemis Fido Scamander. I know we all knew that one. I know I certainly did. For question number 8, Harry's middle name is James, which is his father's name. For question number 9, the 3 Deathly Hallows are the Elder Wand, Stone of Resurrection, and the Cloak of Invisibility. So you only needed 2 of those to get that question right. For question number 10, the name of Grop and Hagrid's mother is indeed Fridwulfa. I don't know if I pronounced that right, because I've never heard it pronounced out loud. I've only ever read it. But yeah, Fridwulfa is the name. All right. And with that, we're going to move on to the next round, but not before we go over the point totals. So this evening, it looks like we have 2 teams in the lead so far with 7 out of 10 points. We have the Stars and the Fellowship of the Meme with 7, but close behind we have the Athenians with 6 and Colette and the Gizentanners with 5. So this is anybody's game still. Anybody's trivia night. You guys can do it. I believe in you. Here we go for our next round, which is indeed Disney's Vile Villains. It's all the questions are going to be about Disney villains. It's perfect for this time of year because we're heading into spooky season, which is the best season of all. And these questions were written by the fabulous Shiloh, who I'm sure you've seen her comments several times here in the chat. But don't worry, folks. We have it on good authority. We have talked to Shiloh and everyone who wrote these questions that they do not participate during the questions that they wrote. They just must watch their teammates suffer in agony as they try to come up with the answers. And then they can always chastise them later for not being able to figure it out. But here we go. Welcome to the castle. I hope that you are ready for these villainously good questions. Question number 1. What is the name of the villain in The Princess and the Frog? What is the name of the villain in The Princess and the Frog? What is the name of the villain in The Princess and the Frog? All right, moving on to question number 2. Which Disney villain spoiled her two daughters but hated her stepdaughter? And in case you needed a little bit of a hint, there is a broken glass slipper as a picture next to it. So, which Disney villain spoiled her two daughters but hated her stepdaughter? Which Disney villain spoiled her two daughters but hated her stepdaughter? All right, moving on to question number 3. Which villain sang the famous song, Poor Unfortunate Souls? And we have a photograph of some seashells next to it. Which villain sang the famous song, Poor Unfortunate Souls? And as a fair warning, there's a good chance that when we go over the answers, I might start singing them because I know you all love it whenever I sing on trivia nights. But how can you not? I mean, it's Disney songs. Which villain sang the famous song, Poor Unfortunate Souls? Moving on to question number 4. What did Maleficent have Aurora prick her finger on in order to curse her into a never-ending slumber? What did Maleficent have Aurora prick her finger on in order to curse her into a never-ending slumber? What did Maleficent have Aurora prick her finger on in order to curse her into a never-ending slumber? Moving on to question number 5. What animal does the famous Cruella de Vil hate? What breed of what animal does the famous Cruella de Vil hate? What breed of what animal does the famous Cruella de Vil hate? So we are looking for what is the name of the breed of the animal that the famous Cruella de Vil hates. Next up, question number 6. What crawls out of the boogeyman's seams in The Nightmare Before Christmas? What crawls out of the boogeyman's seams in The Nightmare Before Christmas? What crawls out of the boogeyman's seams in The Nightmare Before Christmas? Moving on to question number 7. What famous phrase does the evil queen in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs say repeatedly? What famous phrase does the evil queen in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs say repeatedly? All right, time for question number 8. How many dozen eggs does Gaston eat to be roughly the size of a barge? How many dozen eggs does Gaston eat to be roughly the size of a barge? Beauty and the Beast is my favorite Disney movie, so this is the one that's the hardest not to sing out loud right now. How many dozen eggs does Gaston eat to be roughly the size of a barge? All right, time for question number 9. Who Who does Scar say he is surrounded by in The Lion King? Who does Scar say he is surrounded by in The Lion King? Who does Scar say he is surrounded by in The Lion King? All right, time for the final question for this round. What are two of the adjectives Mother Gothel uses to describe Rapunzel in the song Mother Knows Best? What are two of the adjectives Mother Gothel uses to describe Rapunzel in the song Mother Knows Best? And if you know that song, you know that there are way more than just two adjectives. So if you know them all, list them all out and we will definitely give you bragging rights. But all you need is just two of them. What are two of the adjectives Mother Gothel uses to describe Rapunzel in the song Mother Knows Best? And with that, we come to the end of another round. So when you're ready, go ahead and submit your answers to us. If you need us to go back and repeat a question, just let us know in the chat. And we'll do our best to go back and repeat that for you so you can get down your best guess answer for the round. And in the meantime, while we're waiting for everyone to submit their answers, we'll go ahead and we'll do a quick shout out from another one of our awesome programs that will be happening this month. So at the library this next month, we also have an ongoing series called the Teen Creative Writing Club, where teens get together and they share the work that they've written and they get feedback from one another. And it's a really great community. Again, many of our players tonight I know already attend this monthly. And if you have any interest in writing or want to grow as a writer, I'd encourage you to attend. There's always like a mini lesson, so you have something that you're learning from and taking away. But it's also just really exciting to get to see what other people write. And additionally, this month we're going to be doing a short story book club. So the way that it works is that each of our meetings we feature a different short story pairing from the anthology His Hideous Heart, which contains 13 of Edgar Allan Poe's original tales, along with 13 reimaginings or modern adaptations of them. And so each one of those meetings will be led by a different member of the teen library staff, and we'll be discussing the 2 stories. So if you can come to all of them, great. If you can only attend one, that's okay too. And it doesn't matter which one because it's not built upon any of the other ones. So if you're interested in either one of these programs, be sure to go ahead and sign up for it online at kirkwoodpubliclibrary.org, and it's just under the calendar. And again, if anybody needs me to go back and repeat any questions, just let me know and I will do so. If you're ready, go ahead and submit your answers. And once I get the go ahead from Shannon, we'll go through the answers for the Disney villain round. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna keep going through the answers because it looks like we have everyone's score sheets by now. So for the Disney villain answers, for number 1, what is the name of the villain in The Princess and the Frog? His name is Dr. Facilier, or the Shadow Man. I love Princess and the Frog. It's a great movie. For question number 2, which Disney villain spoiled her 2 daughters but hated her stepdaughter Cinderella? Well, the answer was Lady Tremaine, or the wicked/evil stepmother. If you had Lady Tremaine, bonus points for you knowing very specific Disney trivia. If you had the wicked or evil stepmother, we'll also allow that one. All right, moving on. Which villain sang the famous song Poor Unfortunate Souls? It was Ursula from The Little Mermaid. For question number 4, what did Maleficent have Aurora prick her finger on in order to curse her into a never-ending slumber? It was a spinning wheel. What breed of what animal does the famous Cruella de Vil hate? The answer is a Dalmatian. The dog Dalmatian. All of those sports. What crawls out of the boogeyman seams in The Nightmare Before Christmas? Bugs. What famous phrase does the evil queen in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs say repeatedly? The answer is, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? For Gaston, when I was a lad, I ate 5 dozen eggs every morning to help me get large. And now that it's 4 dozen eggs, 5 dozen. The answer is 5 dozen eggs. I messed up the lyric. Gosh, I need to watch that movie again. I'm so ashamed, and it's out there for everyone in the world to see on Twitch. But it's 60 eggs, 5 dozen eggs. Who is Scar surrounded by in The Lion King? He says, "Oh, I'm surrounded by idiots." And for question number 10, of all the adjectives you could have used, you need to have at least 2 of these. Sloppy, undressed, immature, clumsy, gullible, naive, grubby, ditzy, vague, and getting kind of chubby. And a message from Shiloh, thank you for playing, and I hope you made better choices than these villains. And before we head on to our next round, we do in fact have the scores for this round. And so here we go. Our totals. Right now, we have for this round a perfect 10 out of 10, the Athenians, which does not surprise me knowing them. But hey, good job for the Stars and Fellowship of the Meme and the Gizentanners. You guys have remained consistent even in this round, and it's still anybody's game. The Athenians are leading with 16 points. The Stars and then the Fellowship of the Meme follow with 14, and then we have Colette all on her own with 10. Keep going, Colette. I'm proud of you. You're doing this by yourself where everybody else has a team. And with that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move into our next category for the evening, which is outer space. So go ahead, get that scorecard ready, and here we go. Well, question number 1. How many planets are in our solar system? How many planets are in our solar system? Question number 2. How long does it take for the ISS, International Space Station, to go around the Earth one time? How long does it take for the International Space Station to go around the Earth one time? How long does it take for the International Space Station to go around the Earth one time? Moving on to question number 3. What is the area full of rocky lumps between Mars and Jupiter called? What is the area full of rocky lumps between Mars and Jupiter called? What is the area full of rocky lumps between Mars and Jupiter called? Moving on to question number 4. What does SETI stand for? What does SETI stand for? What does SETI stand for? All right, moving on to question number 5. Which direction does the pole star show the way to? And good news, folks, this is a multiple choice question, so you get a 25% chance of getting it right. Is it north, east, south, or west? Which direction does the pole star show the way to? Moving on to question number 6. In what country are astronauts known as cosmonauts? In what country are astronauts known as cosmonauts? In what country are astronauts known as cosmonauts? Moving on to question number 7. And it's another multiple choice, and I apologize because I will probably mispronounce this. Which of Saturn's moons is releasing water into space? Is it Titan, Enceladus, Mimas, or Pan? We are on question number 7. Which of Saturn's moons is releasing water into space? Yeah, no worries. We'll go ahead. I'll go back a couple slides here. So question number 5 for the Athenians is which direction does the pole star show the way to? North, east, south, or west? Question number 6 was, in what country are astronauts known as cosmonauts? And for question number 7, it is, which of Saturn's moons is releasing water into space? And here I will try to pronounce it again. Titan, Enceladus, Mimas, or Pan? And no worries, we can always repeat these at the end of the round again too if you need it, Athenians. Moving on to question number 8. What planet in our solar system is most known for its beautiful rings surrounding it? So this is a little bit of a trick question, but what planet in our solar system is most known for its beautiful rings surrounding it? What planet in our solar system is most known for its beautiful rings surrounding it? All right, moving on to question number 9. What does NASA stand for? What does NASA stand for? What does NASA stand for? And again, if you don't know the actual answer, it's okay. Take your best shot, give it your best guess, or if you don't even have one of those, just make up something funny and Shannon will appreciate it on the other side. What does NASA stand for? All right, for our final question, number 10. Is the sun a star or a planet? Is the sun a star or a planet? All right, with that, it is the end of the round. So go ahead, submit your answers. Athenians, if you need me to repeat a question, go ahead and let me know which ones you need again, and I'll go back and I'll repeat them for you. All right, the Athenians are all good with their questions, and we'll go ahead then. And while we are waiting for all of the answers to be submitted and I get that go ahead from Shannon, we're going to talk about another one of our awesome programs that are happening at the library. So, coming to you this fall, at the end of October, we are going to have a teen virtual Halloween party. And this is another one of the great programs that was planned entirely by members of our teen advisory board. There's going to be pumpkin decorating, there's going to be a riddle scavenger hunt, there's also going to be a no costume needed contest. That's right, you heard it. You do not need a costume for this contest. But it's going to be a good time for ages 12 to 18. This graphic was made by our lovely Teen Advisory Board member, Brienne, who I know is playing on the stars tonight. So congratulations to that. And yeah, if anybody's interested in joining us for this teen virtual Halloween party over Zoom, again, just go ahead, go to the Kirkwood Public Library's website, kirkwoodpubliclibrary.org, and you can just head to our calendar and sign up for it. And again, if anybody needs me to repeat any of the questions from round 3, just let me know in the comment box there and I will be sure to repeat them. And we're waiting. All right, we're waiting on getting some answers from the stars. And so while we're waiting, if you want, go ahead and in the little chat box there, let us know which of these rounds has been your favorite so far and why it has been your favorite. This past round was written by the wonderful Addie, who I hope becomes an astronaut someday because she definitely knows her space facts. All right, and we have all of our questions have been answered, hopefully. So here we go, your answers for outer space. All right, how many planets are in our solar system? 8. Back in the good old days, there were 9. We miss you, Pluto. We're still thinking about you. How long does it take for the International Space Station to go around the Earth at one time? Only 90 minutes. That's a Disney movie. What is the area full of rocky lumps between Mars and Jupiter called? The asteroid belt. I'm sure some of you might be kicking yourselves for not remembering that one. What does SETI stand for? It stands for Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. I'm sure Shiloh is loving that with the aliens. Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. Which direction does the pole star show the way to? It shows the way to north. The pole star is also known as the North Star. In what country are astronauts known as cosmonauts? In Russia. Russia. Which of Saturn's moons is releasing water into space? Of course, it's one of the ones that I probably can't pronounce right. Enceladus. For answer number 8, what planet in our solar system is most known for its beautiful rings surrounding it? It is, of course, Saturn. For number 9, what does NASA stand for? The National Aeronautics and Space Administration. And question number 10, is the sun a star or a planet? It is in fact a star. The sun is a giant ball of gas burning in space, like most stars, except much larger. So great work, folks. We're going to be heading into our final round here. However, not before I go ahead and I give you those scores to see where we're at. Doo-doo-doo. All right, it's still anybody's game right now. We have the Athenians, who got 7 points that round. The Stars and the Fellowship of the Meme each got 6 points, and Colette and the Gizentanners got 7. Colette, congratulations! You've made a new personal record this night. And look at this. So the spread really is only 6 points difference, folks. That isn't that much. And this next category, I think, is going to be a stumper for a lot of people. So this is still anyone's game. We'll see who has it. And with that, let's move into our final round, which is Unsolved Mysteries Through History. And again, this was written by our fabulous Shiloh. And as Shiloh knows, they're going to go ahead and just hang out in the background. They're not going to say anything, and they're going to watch their teammates be miserable as they try to come up with the answers to these stumper questions. So about this category, this is about unsolved mysteries through time. We will go through 10 different cases, all of which are unsolved and in different decades from the 1910s to the 2010s. Get ready because you're about to solve some cases. Question number 1, 1910. Dorothy Arnold was a 25-year-old perfume importer when she went missing in the New York City streets on December 12, 1910. What was she doing right before going missing? Dorothy Arnold was a 25-year-old perfume importer when she went missing in the New York City streets on December 12, 1910. What was she doing right before going missing? And again, just give it your best guess, because I'm sure there's going to be several of these in this round that folks are not going to know. I know I certainly wouldn't. Moving on to question number 2. 1920. When Walter Collins was reported missing, sightings of him poured in. One in particular was eerily similar to Walter, so his mother paid to fly him back home. How long did it take for Walter's mother to realize this was not her son? How long did it take for Walter's mother to realize this was not her son? When Walter Collins was reported missing, sightings of him poured in. One in particular was eerily similar to Walter, so his mother paid to fly him back home. How long did it take for Walter's mother to realize this was not her son. Moving on to question number 3. 1930. What soft food was said to be undigested in Thelma Todd's stomach, even though she was said to be murdered several hours later? And as you can see, Shiloh really likes this case. What soft food was said to be undigested in Thelma Todd's stomach, even though she was said to be murdered several hours later? Moving on to question number 4. What famous murder mystery case was named after a flower in the late 1940s? If you know Spider-Man Far From Home really well, it was mentioned. What famous murder mystery case was named after a flower in the late 1940s? What famous murder mystery case was named after a flower in the late 1940s? Moving on to question number 5. What thing was a boy found in on February 25th, 1957? Hint, you get these things almost every day. Question number 5. What thing was a boy found in on February 25th, 1957? All right, moving on to question number 6. The Zodiac Killer was and is still one of the most famous killers that wasn't found. What year did he do his first and last killing in? Hint, his timeline was the late 60s to the early 1970s. So we are looking for the first year a killing happened and the last year a killing happened. Question number 6. The Zodiac Killer was and is still one of the most famous killers that wasn't found. What year did he do his first and last killing in? And as a hint, that first year is going to be somewhere in the late 1960s, and that second year is going to be somewhere in the early 1970s. Moving on to question number 7. D.B. Cooper hijacked a plane in 1971. How much money did he demand in a knapsack? And your hint is that it was over $150,000. D.B. Cooper hijacked a plane in 1971. How much money did he demand in a knapsack? D.B. Cooper hijacked a plane in 1971. How much money did he demand in a knapsack? Moving on to question number 8. In 1982, there were several bottles of Tylenol that were tampered with, causing several people to die, and all Tylenol bottles to be taken off the shelf. What were the poisonous capsules filled with? What were the poisonous capsules of Tylenol filled with? What were the poisonous Tylenol capsules filled with? Moving on to question number 9. For the 1990s, what strange smell was coming from Gloria Ramirez's mouth? Hint, it contains 2 words, both are food-based. So the 2 smells are food smells. What strange smell was coming from Gloria Ramirez's mouth? Moving on to our final question of the evening. Question number 10 for the 2000s. What now famous phrase did the watcher put at the end of one of his notes? What now famous phrase did the watcher put at the end of one of his notes? What now famous phrase did the watcher put at the end of one of his notes? And with that, we come to the end of our final round. So when you are ready, go ahead and submit those answers to us. If you need me to go back and repeat any of the questions from this round, that's totally fine. Just let us know in the chat box here, and then I'll go back and repeat those questions. And once we get all of those questions and answers turned in, we'll go ahead and we'll go through the answers for this final round, and we will announce our winner for the evening. Okay, here we go. Let's go through these answers. For the first one, what was Dorothy Arnold doing right before she went missing? She was dress shopping. For question number 2, how long did it take for Walter's mother to realize that man was not her son? It was 3 weeks. 3 long weeks. That's like a whole month. That's insane. For question number 3, what soft food was said to be undigested in Thelma Todd's stomach? The answer was peas and carrots. For question number 4, many of you might have known this one. What famous murder mystery case was named after a flower in the late 1940s? It was the Black Dahlia. Question number 5, what thing was a boy found in on February 25th, 1957? A box. Question number 6, the Zodiac Killer was and is still one of the most famous killers that wasn't found. What were the span of years that he did his killings? The first year that he did his killings was in 1968. The last year was 1971. How much money did D.B. Cooper demand in a knapsack? It was $200,000. For question number 8, what was inside the poisonous capsules? It was indeed rat poison. Question number 9, what were the 2 food smells coming from Gloria Ramirez's mouth? Fruity and garlicky, which also sounds like the worst possible combo. And for question number 10, the now famous phrase is "All hail the Watcher." All right, and we do, in fact, have our scores for this round. And you should be proud because this was probably the most challenging round of the evening, and I still think folks did well. And you know what? If you didn't get any of them, that is a-okay, because you know what? I don't know how many I would have gotten from this. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's announce our winners for the evening. With 26 points, we do have the Athenians that are taking the lead once again this evening. But however, close behind, we have the Fellowship of the Meme with 23 points. They're so close to getting it. Stars came out with 20 points, and Colette and the Gizentanners came through with 19 points. Which again, Colette, be proud. You were doing this solo this evening. So that's impressive that you were still able to get 19 points. So thank you so much for everybody for attending our trivia night tonight. I know I had a good time with all of you. You guys did a great job answering all of these questions. And like I said, if you enjoy trivia nights like this, go ahead and just send us an email, let us know, give us some feedback, drop it in the comment box there, or join us at our next Teen Advisory Board meeting come this October, where you can go ahead and you can give your input on future events and maybe even create the next trivia night event. And so with that, everybody, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to wish you a great Friday evening. I hope everyone has a great weekend, the final weekend of September. It is officially fall, and we'll be seeing you again come this next month. So toodaloo, and congratulations again to our Athenians.